I missed Kirby and the Forgotten Land the first time around, and I'd often see it sitting on shelves tempting me to buy, but something always just got in the way. Maybe it's because I hadn't played a Kirby game since the original Game Boy days, or maybe the timing was never right. But with Kirby and the Forgotten Land plus Star-Crossed World now on Switch 2, I finally had a chance to see what all the fuss was about while also experiencing the new Star-Crossed World expansion pack. What's it like? Head over to Waddle Dee Town, grab a bite to eat, and prepare for a magical adventure as we review Kirby and the Forgotten Land plus Star-Crossed World for the Nintendo Switch 2. Now before we begin, this review will be covering both games as the complete package, which includes the original Forgotten Land, which released in 2022, as well as the all-new expansion pack called the Star-Crossed World. The story is fairly straightforward here. Kirby is out to rescue the captured Waddle Dees after being taken to a mysterious land. There's enough mystery about the Forgotten Kingdom to keep you curious, while Star-Crossed World adds its own light narrative hook with falling meteors, which gives these remix stages a sense of impact beyond just level design. After the opening cutscene drops Kirby into the Forgotten Kingdom, the tone is immediately set. It's a land full of collapsed malls, rusting theme parks, and crumbling freeways. Yet somehow it's still warm and inviting thanks to Kirby's colourful presence. The mix of decay and charm makes exploration feel fresh at every turn, with each area offering its own little surprises. It's a post-apocalyptic world, but just full of fun and colour. As Kirby, you'll go through each course rescuing Waddle Dees, some of which are hidden in cages, and others which are only attainable by hitting certain objectives. At the end of each level, the Waddle Dees return to the main hub of Waddle Dee Town, and we'll talk a little bit about that later. Kirby's copy ability here will let him wield a hammer, be a swordsman, throw bombs, and mimic several enemy attacks to fight back. But there's also many larger items that Kirby can assimilate that are usually part of an environmental puzzle or a form of traversal. And these moments usually break apart from the main mechanics of the game by letting you glide through the air or speed along the ground as a car in a wild set piece. They are fun and over the top and break up gameplay into really exciting events. Each world consists of a handful of courses. It takes around 10 minutes to complete each. The level design is well thought out, and rarely does a level ever overstay its welcome. When you need a break, you can head to Waddle Dee Town, which acts as the main hub area of the game, and here you can spend the coins you've earned to upgrade your copy abilities, buy food from the cafe, or even pick up a shift there. There's also a gachapon machine which helps you complete your collection of mini statues, similar to what we had debut in Super Smash Bros. Melee on the GameCube. The boss fights in Kirby and the Forgotten Land though are the real highlight, and each of them is over the top in the best way possible, with larger than life enemies that push the game's playful tone into quite a spectacle. What makes them even better is the flexibility of how you approach them. You can go in armed with your favourite copy ability, or if you lose it mid-fight, you're never stuck as bosses toss out stars during attacks, which Kirby can inhale and launch back as powerful projectiles. It keeps every encounter accessible while feeling dynamic, and when you add a second player into the mix, these battles become chaotic fun that fits right in with the rest of the adventure. Star-Crossed Land is the new Switch 2 exclusive expansion pack, which will become available after you clear the first area and then the subsequent areas afterwards. These Star-Crossed World stages appear in levels that you've played before, but instead of retreading the same ground, the meteors that crash into the game drastically alter the world around you, making for a new take on these familiar worlds. There are a couple of Star-Crossed courses per world, some of which add new items to assimilate as well as new gameplay mechanics, which keep it fresh. That said, they do tend to recycle bosses from the Forgotten Kingdom, which is a little bit of a shame, but nevertheless, these worlds really shine both in terms of exploration and visuals. Kirby and the Forgotten Land also supports 2-player co-op, letting a second player jump in as Bandana Waddle Dee. While Player 1 still handles most of the heavy lifting with Kirby's copy abilities and mouthful mode transformations, Bandana Waddle Dee brings his trusty spear and plenty of versatility into the fight. It's not a perfectly balanced experience, as Kirby will always have the upper hand and a little bit more variety, but it's a great way to share the adventure with a friend or a younger player. Levels are straightforward enough that co-op never feels overwhelming, and having someone to back you up in tougher stages or boss fights makes the whole journey that little bit more enjoyable. Kirby in the Forgotten Land plus Star-Crossed World is a visual delight. It's packed full of bright, vibrant graphics amidst the post-apocalyptic backdrop. On paper, it would make a confusing mix, but in execution it delivers such a wonderful world to explore and take in. These worlds are further enhanced by the breathtaking Star-Crossed variants, which allow you to take a new perspective on these settings, such as scaling a building that just used to sit in the distance, or parting the ocean to traverse the sea floor. Each set piece is brilliantly thought out and delivered, and makes Kirby in the Forgotten Land plus Star-Crossed World one of the most visually appealing games on the Nintendo Switch 2. Characters are interesting and varied, while locations are drastically different and fun to explore. Whether you're springing up a building or crashing around as a car, the game just seems to be full of moments that made me constantly smile and think, wow. These moments are delivered at mostly 60 FPS throughout, with only one section of my playthrough seemingly stumbling in performance. All of this is backed by a wonderfully playful score that's a mix of choir vocals, playful violins, and cheerful piano tones. For my Kirbys looking into accessibility, there are no specific features, but there is a choice of playing in Wild Mode, which offers a little bit more of a challenge and rewards a lot of star coins, or Spring Breeze Mode, which gives players more health and relaxed gameplay elements in favour of easing players through the adventure. At $110 Australian for both games, or $30 for the Star-Crossed Worlds expansion, there's a lot of value here in terms of gameplay. Completionists will certainly have their hands full trying to rescue every Waddle Dee and finding every secret the world has to offer. For those coming back to the game, the Star-Crossed Worlds add-on gives players enough reason to revisit a handful of these levels, even if it recycles the bosses a little. Kirby in the Forgotten Land plus Star-Crossed Worlds is a delightfully grand adventure that can be enjoyed by gamers of all ages. The base game alone is well worth the price of entry, but Star-Crossed Worlds makes revisiting levels interesting and fun. Its accessible and fun gameplay just make it a pure delight to play, full of Nintendo's signature magic that just had me smiling from start to finish. Its gorgeous graphics, delivered with its slick frame rate and enhanced visuals, easily cement this as one of the best looking Switch 2 games out there. Kirby in the Forgotten Land plus Star-Crossed Worlds is a prime example of an upgrade pack done right. For fans of the pink puffball, this is an essential addition to your library. So, what's it like? Kirby in the Forgotten Lands plus Star-Crossed Worlds is like an all-you-can-eat Mario Odyssey buffet. I award it a 92 out of 100, cementing Kirby in the Forgotten Land plus Star-Crossed Worlds as a What's It Like certified exceptional game. In the interest of full disclosure, a review copy was provided by Nintendo, but this doesn't influence my score. Thanks so much for watching my video. If you liked it, the best way you can support What's It Like is by liking, subscribing, and sharing it with your friends. For more reviews, click on the thumbnails to the right, and for everything Nintendo, check out whatsitLike.com.au.